every crazy diet fad out there until I found this one online. The cotton ball diet. Users claim just one cotton ball dipped in juice can be eaten to fill your stomach, so you feel full and you lose weight. This extreme diet has taken the internet by storm. In fact, how-to links are popping up in chat rooms or on YouTube, even pro-anorexia sites, making this one of the most dangerous diet trends out there. We've seen the corset diet, the baby food diet, even the tapeworm diet. But the newest extreme weight loss fad may be the most dangerous of them all. The cotton ball diet is taking the internet by storm, with how-to links popping up in chat rooms, on YouTube videos, even on pro-anorexia websites. It's controversial, dangerous, and some say potentially life-threatening. So, what is it? Today, what you really need to know about the cotton ball diet. Joining me is addiction expert and my friend, Dr.OZ Show. So how do these trends gain so much traction?
You know, the real problem today, the vector, much like the infecting sort of pathway for these kinds of phenomena, these behaviors, is now media, and especially social media. You said pro-anorexia website. Just the notion of a pro-anorexia website, think about that is something that has the power to infect other people.
Why do you think these kinds of strange addictions are taking place? I mean, I'm seeing more and more and more of them.
Well,
how do they compare the other kinds of addictions?
It's complicated. I mean, the relationship between eating disorders and addiction. To call this a diet is almost a misnomer. Right? You advocate for a healthy diet. That's the diet. This is a bizarre behavior in an attempt to manage diet. And these days, there's a lot of crossover between addiction and dietary problems, eating disorders.
Let's show everybody why this diet is so extreme, why it's so dangerous for you. And the best way to do that is with a very simple animation, which you'll immediately grasp. So here's your mouth, right? Back of your throat, there's the cotton ball. You take the cotton ball with that juice, it's got a little sponge effect. It goes into your stomach, mixes it with maybe other cotton balls you may have taken to put in there. It does begin to fill up and, for that reason, make you feel like you don't want to eat anymore. But here's the problem. Your body can't digest cotton. We weren't built to digest cotton. The cotton balls can get together in one little spot, pull together, and they create something called a bezoar, a giant mass of undigested material that gets trapped. It can get trapped down here in your intestines. It can get trapped.
To be fair, bezoars are gross. Yeah, they're disgusting.
This is a picture of a bezoar, by the way. Take a look at this. That's a bezoar.
And they smell bad, they're disgusting, and they'll obstruct.
Which is why what you're putting in your body becomes such an important issue. So come on back, let's go through.
It can obstruct. People need surgery. They can die of those obstructions. I mean, people think obstruction, oh, what's the big deal? It's not constipation. It's a bowel obstruction.
And oftentimes, the things that are causing it are things you put in your body that you shouldn't have. This is a great example. So what do you have in a cotton ball? You sometimes have cotton. I say sometimes because sometimes it's synthetic. It could be actually polyester material. And then they always make it nice and beautiful and white by using a bleach. And that's not so good for you either. So
wait,
now
slow down, Andros. Bleach isn't good for me? I'm shocked. Are you kidding? That's what's so bizarre about this. In what world do people eat cotton? Right? It's bizarre.
But to that point, who's most vulnerable for this?
Well, it's really, let's be clear. I mean, this is not a diet. These are people with eating problems, eating disorders. And the people that are vulnerable are the very people that show up on these pro-anorexia websites. And the other problem is the media hype around these things. So often it's a single event. I remember back in the days when people would report that the kids were pouring different pills into a bowl and having a party where they, remember that whole phenomenon?
Yes, I do.
I think that maybe happened once. But the way the media reports it, it seems like something that's sweeping the nation. So there's very much of a Me Too phenomenon. I'll try that. And of course, those pro-anorexia websites sign off on it.
So you tipped us off, this might be the case here. So we did a little homework. Why are women all over the country apparently using this cotton ball diet to lose weight? Is it truly a thing, a phenomenon, or is it media hype? So my producer spoke to young girls in chat rooms, and they went on those pro-anorexia websites that Dr. Show mentioned earlier, trying to find people who are using this cotton ball diet. And these are the real conversations. One person said, yes, I did it for 2 days. It didn't work. Another person in one of these chat rooms said, I've done it a few times, and yes, it keeps me full, but I get really tired, and I usually pass out after eating the cotton.
Listen, and you and I know passing out is an indication, I don't care how old you are, to go to the emergency room. It's called syncope.
Yeah.
So if the cotton makes you pass out, that is essentially a medical emergency.
So we did some digging. I started looking around to find out how this extreme diet started. How did the rumor get going in the first place? And you mentioned actually this video that was online that you'd seen. We went back and looked at this video. You're looking at it right now. It spread like wildfire. In fact, It's so popular, it is actually the only video we could find on newscasts in the last 2 years.
And yet the press spread it as though it's something routinely done, as though it's spreading the country. It's everyone's eating cotton.
So the girl in this video, we found her. Her name is Antonia. She's the equivalent to patient zero if you're looking for where the virus started. And we actually got in touch with her. And she finally broke down and for the first time revealed that her video was a joke. She never meant it. Never meant it to be as serious as bad as it's become. Now, she declined to come on the show, which I respect, but she did send us this video message.
I was about 15 when I first tried the cotton ball diet. Models were eating cotton so that they wouldn't be hungry and they would lose their appetite, and I just didn't believe that it was possible. So I went home and, as a joke, made a video of me eating this cotton, and to my surprise, it had ended up being completely blown out of proportion. There were many negative side effects from eating that cotton ball, involving my stomach and my digestive tract. I do not recommend even trying it as a joke.
Dr. Joe, how do you respond to that?
Well, I mean, you kind of realize it's not a diet. She's soaking cotton ball in essentially sugar, which is juice. I mean, so there's nothing dietetic about this. This is not a diet. This is an eating disorder, and it's sad that women feel, A, that they have to live up to some standard, the models she's talking about, that they have to live up to that. They have to go to extremes where they're putting themselves in harm's way, and then people who are really at risk are going out and acting out their eating disorder. It's very scary.
So when we come back, we're going to show you a diet that says you can lose 1 to 2 pounds in a day and you'll never be hungry. You got to see what it is to believe it. That's next.